I get a lot of great questions daily about vintage cards, and I wanted to put together just a quick video to talk about a couple important things that I look for when making purchases online. So this is predicated vintage cards online, all right? So number one, I'd say stick with graded or authenticated cards. Most common ways to alter a vintage card would be trimming them or coloring them in the past, and you just can't really tell this by always looking at them. So go for the authentication, which that's step number one. Number two, I would say there's a couple things I want you to check out. Now, I'll give you a range. Cards that have the most room for improvement are going to be the cards with the most, issues. So that's going to be like a graded card. And I'd say stick with the pros, PSA, SGC, Beckett. That gives you that confidence that knowing that the card is real and it's not altered. But number two, you got to look at the card, not just the grade, because not all threes are threes for the same reason. Some threes are definitely more restorable than others based on issues. So here's what I want you to look for. You got to look for minimal paint loss. Paint loss is something you can't fix, so I always look at stuff that I can't do anything with first, and then determine if it's like a good project or not. So like look around the borders mainly on vintage cards, minimal paint loss. Number two, you want to look for quality centering. There's nothing you can obviously do with that, right? So like think about it. If you find a card that has minimal paint loss and it also has quality centering, there's a good chance that the main reason, now it's, follow me through this, the reason that it's been deducted so much from the points is could be dirty, could be wrinkled, things that are restorable. All right, so that's something that I would say keep that right on the top of mind when you're looking at vintage cards. All right, so and then finally number three, I love vintage cards and I love paper cards, I love modern stuff, I like all of it, but I do get asked a lot about this. So number three, follow me on my social channels. Instagram's cool, so is Facebook and stuff like that, but YouTube, that's a good one. So follow my playlist, my vintage playlist. I'm always adding to it. And every single thing I put in that vintage playlist is basically everything I know how to do personally. And I devote a lot of time to like carefully working on cards and improving them. So if you want access to that, it's on demand and available. Follow these steps and I think it'll get you a step ahead when working on future projects regarding vintage cards. As always, appreciate the love and support. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care.